Greetings YouTube, my name is Inquisitor Ozzy. Welcome to my channel. Today is Sunday, September 5th, 2021, 7:03 p.m. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so this is just another update video. You know, I never really had a specific plan. Ever since I started doing update videos, I never really had a plan on what I should do or talk about. But I guess it just dawned on me a few minutes ago, or like an hour ago. Maybe I could just talk about all the Let's Plays that I've canceled, because I cancel a lot of Let's Plays. But like, my list of Let's Plays that I've yet to even attempt is usually at least two to three times bigger than the games I usually than the games that I canceled. So I'll talk about that real quick. I'll talk about some of the Let's Plays that I've canceled that I decided not to do. And let's talk about what I've completed recently. I completed Men in Black like 2 weeks ago. The Force Unleashed, Bionicle Heroes, Megamind, Kung Fu Panda, and that's about it. Kung Fu Panda, it was okay. It was an okay game. I was kind of surprised by it. Not to say that the game was better than I thought it'd be. It's just the combat was really satisfying. It wasn't great, but just really, nice feedback, nice feeling, or whatever you want to call it, attacking enemies. So I wasn't expecting it to be, that satisfying, but it was. It was pretty satisfying. A lot more than I thought it'd be. Also, the reason I've been doing so many Let's Plays on the 7th gen is because I do want to increase my gamer score, and but the goal is to just knock out what I have planned for Let's Playing for this generation right here, and then go to the PS2, because I have a lot of stuff, way more stuff for the PS2, Wii, and GameCube than I have planned for this generation, this system right here. But yeah, Megamind, I figured out Let's Play that, and it was mainly for the achievement grabbing, but it was also because like, when I decided to come back to Let's Playing, I decided to do not all the kids games, but a good amount of kids games like Toy Story, Megamind, Rango, stuff like that, and some adventure games, stuff that wasn't shooters, or that wasn't too gory in terms of like Red Blood, or whatever. Not that it makes much of a difference, but I'm trying to change the tone of my channel, or of my Let's Plays. I'll still do the occasional shooter every now and then, like this game right here I'm going to do, and Stranglehold and some other stuff. And I'll still do hack and slash games, or beat 'em ups. If they're bloody, they're bloody. I just figured, let me just get rid of some of the guns in my Let's Plays. I still play shooters, yes, but Megamind that was just something I wanted to do because I'm doing kids games, and just achievements. So I knocked that out. Men in Black, Yeah, and Megamind and Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda, I don't know. It was a good game. It was kind of frustrating at times, but overall, it was a good game. Not something I'd replay. I mean, if it was the only game I had, then yeah, I'd replay the crap out of it. Mega Mind went by pretty smoothly as well, pretty quick. Men in Black went by pretty well, pretty good. Uh, Pretty neat game. Well, nothing too neat about it. It's just an on-rails shooter. But I enjoyed it. Bionicle Heroes, the game I was dreading playing because I didn't want to do anything that's too long. It's not that I'm afraid to let's play long games. It's just that like I wanted to just kind of get into like a little rhythm of me let's playing and completing games, and I didn't want to play nothing too long. And it was like I thought maybe my interest would go away, but Bionicle, the main thing that kept me going with that game is that game is almost impossible to fail. The progression is just buttery smooth, and for a Lego game, I didn't get stuck. Not that much. I mean, you may get stuck if you try to go off to this, to get all the secrets. Like you may get stuck. Like, how do I open this thing or whatever? But as long as you're just moving forward with the intention on beating the level, I was kind of surprised for a Lego game to not have any puzzles or mini puzzles or puzzles that stumped me. So that went smooth. Force Unleashed, I had a lot of trouble with that game. I mean, I still beat the game in like 2 or 3 sittings, but I had some trouble. I beat it. And that was a few days ago. I decided to let's play, or attempt to let's play, The Force Unleashed 2. And I like it. I like it a lot. Maybe a little more than Part 1. It's a really good game. But there's certain scripted parts where I don't know, like, if I'm enjoying a let's play, if I'm enjoying it, but I'm getting stuck a lot, I'll quit, because I don't like to. I think when I'm not let's playing, maybe I kind of look at games as a reviewer would, like a game reviewer, because I watch reviews and they say, oh, this right here breaks up the pace, that breaks up the pace, and I'm like, well, what do you mean breaks up the pace? I kind of know what they mean, but I don't really know. Maybe by pace they mean it's taking them longer than usual to beat the game because they're stuck on certain parts. But when I'm let's playing, especially when I have a lot of stuff that I want to let's play, and especially when I'm let's playing a game that I don't even think I'm going to enjoy, but I am enjoying it, but I am getting like frustrated with certain linear or scripted events, I don't like that right there. I don't like that. If it wasn't let's playing it, it wouldn't be an issue because I have over at least 200. Probably over 200 let's plays that I want to do, because I don't like getting too hung up on just one let's play. So I didn't want to have to, but I decided to just cancel it, and it sucks because I also wanted to do Star Wars: The Clone Wars Republic Heroes, which is a game I did attempt. I attempted it after I gave up on Force Unleashed 2. Same thing. It's a good game. I liked it a lot, but there's just too many areas where I'm like, all right, let me look at a walkthrough. Let me look up this. Let me look up. I don't like being stuck. I don't like having my let's play interrupted by stuff in the game. I could say if it's like outside stuff like the phone's ringing or people knocking on the door. That's one other thing. That's a whole other thing. guys are when they're interrupted by just like the game. I'm like, I'd rather be stuck and not be able to progress at all than to be making progress every few levels, then getting stuck and frustrated the next few levels, and then making making progress, getting stuck, and progress, getting stuck. I don't like that right there. Now, unless it's a game that I really, really like, and if it's a game that I really want to beat, and I really felt that way about a lot of these games. But it hasn't happened too much with the kids games that I've been let's playing. Somewhat, but not too much. It happened with the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, another game that I was enjoying, and I was making progress. But every now and then I get stuck, and it's like, because even though I use walkthroughs a lot, like a lot of video walkthroughs when I do let's plays, I don't like to use them. I don't like having to. I don't mind looking every now and then, but when I'm going to the walkthrough every other level, it's like I'd rather not even do it. Again, unless it's a game that I really want to complete for whatever reason. So I gave up on that. That was sometime last week. Today is Sunday. Over the course of just this weekend, between Saturday and now, I'd given up on. I given up on Prototype Part 1. I also gave up on Prince of Persia for the Xbox 360, because I was planning on doing Prototype 1 and 2 and Prince of Persia, the first one, and the Forgotten Sands. And Prototype. Let's see. I also gave up on Acme Arsenal, and I think that's about it. Yeah. But Prototype is a game that I've following, and I'm aware of it. I've been aware of it since it first came out, because I've done so much collecting over the years. It's just I never got around to actually playing it. I mean, honestly, I didn't even think I'd like it. Like, I'm not really sure why I bought it. It's probably just for displaying purposes. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's not really something I enjoyed, which it kind of puts me in a very particular situation, because I just learned that the people that made Prototype, they also made Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Again, another game that I bought. I don't even know why. Looking at the gameplay, I'm like, I probably won't like this type of game. Stuff where you run up the side of buildings and use cars for boxing gloves. So I'm like, and that game's on my Let's Play list. So I'm thinking, shoot, should I go ahead and just sell it now or trade it in somewhere at Play Raven near where I live at, or should I go ahead and play it? So I'm kind of stuck on that right there. Okay. Prince of Persia. This is probably the last thing I'll talk about. And I've said this before a few times on my channel. But being a collector, I always, I never really collecting for me was stressful, because I didn't always have all the money I needed. I always had to wait, buy some compromises, wait till I get paid again, buy some more stuff. So the Prince of Persia games, they're games like I figured, like, as a collector and as someone who loves collecting for 3 specific genres: adventure games, shooters, and RPGs, I kind of feel like, well, that's something I have to get. Of course, I like it. Everyone else likes it. I try not to really fall into that trap, but with certain games, I'm like, if everyone else likes it, I'll probably like it. That's kind of how I felt about the Call of Duty games. Like, I like the Call of Duty games. I just like the single player more than the multiplayer. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, of course it's a good game. Like I know I'll like it. I'm sure I will, or whatever. So I've had the Prince of Persia games for the longest time, like the whole trilogy. Part one, what was it? I forgot already. The Two Thrones and something else. Those three on the PS2. And then one day when I got around to Let's playing them, I was like, oh, this isn't the type of game for me. Because I didn't really, like I said, I had a lot of games. I collect a lot of games, but I don't really play them. not right away. So it's like I don't know like what kind of gamer I'm not, and like where you gotta like stuff where you gotta like jump on walls and stuff like that. I don't think I'm that kind of gamer. And the puzzles and stuff like that. Or maybe I am. Maybe I am, because they're not games that I can't beat. I could force myself to sit down and play them and beat them. But I think the problem is, since I started collecting, years ago, I have too many options. That's the main problem. The main overall issue. I have too many freaking options. I have too many freaking games. And I don't have more than anyone in particular. Like, my collection isn't all that. But I do have more than enough games to like to waste my life away. I mean, you only need like a good 30 or 40 games, and you've got some pretty serious time wasters, especially if they're games with substance, or games that are pretty challenging, or not that easy, or whatever, that have any depth to them. So, but I don't know. I think even if I didn't have so many options, I probably won't like those types of games. I could play them, but I don't know. So with that being said, because I never actually even attempted to even play or let's play the Prince of Persia games until like the 7th gen. Like, basically after this generation that I'm on right now, the 7th gen, after it was dead and gone, eventually I was like, alright, let me do some adventure games. And I was like, oh, this isn't a game for me. Because I was one of those people from the 6th generation to the 7th gen. I had noticed how there weren't a lot of Prince of Persia games. Like a few series, or a few franchises, or games from the 6th gen, they made it to the 7th gen. even if they got like total overhauls or something like that. And I was like, hey, where's Prince of Persia? I actually wasn't even thinking about Prince of Persia until I saw Assassin's Creed. And I wasn't even thinking about it then. I was thinking about it after I saw Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, this game's just like Prince of Persia. Like, speaking of which, where's Prince of Persia games? What happened to them? Did they die off or something? And so I was the one kind of complaining, like, hey, what happened to Prince of Persia? People love Assassin's Creed so much. Like, you did the same thing in Prince of Persia. Not the same thing, but like that level of like just like climbing and wall running and stuff like that. I never really saw that aside from in Prince of Persia games. I mean, other games had it, but like in Prince of Persia, Persia is like ridiculous. To the point where you gotta, where if you miss a jump, you gotta rewind time and try to jump again. And if you miss a certain wall run or whatever, so I was always complaining about that. Or just kind of curious about it. But after playing the Prince of Persia games, I'm like, maybe I would prefer the Assassin's Creed games over Prince of Persia. At least in Assassin's Creed, like the parkour stuff is easy. But yeah, I'm not trying to compare the series or nothing like that. I'm just saying that I was trying to. I found myself kind of trying to speak up for a series that I didn't even really know. I had the games, I just never played them or experienced them. And I was like, hey, it's a shame there's no more Prince of Persia games, or there's more of this than there is of Prince of Persia. Especially when this game reminds me a lot of Prince of Persia. Then I play the Prince of Persia games, and I'm like, ooh, I don't like these games too much. So yeah, I don't know. That's just funny. Now, maybe I'll like the second Prince of Persia because I only played part one. I tried because my thing is like if I have a series of games, like if I have all Prince of Persia games for the PS2, and I can't let's play part one, or if I get stuck or frustrated, or if I give up, I'll cancel all the other ones afterward. I know it's kind of stupid, but that's just what I do. That's the choice I make. So but I also gave up on my Let's Play attempt of Beowulf. I tried to give it another chance. It isn't a hard game. It's something I could probably beat, but I just don't want. I have the patience. I just don't feel like using the patience that may be required to beat that game. So I decided to give up on that game as well. But yeah, I will be doing shooters, but not that many. Not that many. Stuff that isn't too bad. But for the most part, I'm doing adventure games. But for right now, I'm going to attempt Wet. I'm going to attempt to Let's Play Stranglehold, Metal Gear, Revengeance. Oh boy. Terminator Salvation, Front Mission Evolved, Star Trek, and Alan Wake. And those are all the shooters that I'm going to be doing. After those, it's back to adventure games. I just figured, like maybe I'll, even though I'm not doing shooters anymore when I'm getting frustrated or whatever, maybe I'll give myself a little treat and let's play a shooter or two every now and then after I've let's played so many kids games or adventure games or whatever. So that's about it. That's it for my update. I will start on this let's play tonight or tomorrow. But until next time, you guys, this is Inquisitor Oz on Overlip signing out and saying take care. Be safe. Try to protect yourself from this C-19 that's floating around. And yeah, take care and be safe. And I'll see you guys later.